Fantastic. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Wednesday College Series. Today, November 18th, we are excited to have Kat Everard from Boise State University, Kelly from the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising, Robert Kraft from Penn State, and Laurie Callway from University of Colorado, Boulder, here with us today. Thank you to all of them for being here. Before we get started, I just wanted to share with you some important updates on the College Corner. Please know Cal State Apply applications are due December 4th. UC applications are due November 30th. We continue to have recordings of all of our Wednesday College series on the College Corner blog or the virtual college fair. And then there are still some upcoming college fairs. One's taking place actually later on this afternoon with many of the schools from Colorado. And also there's still some recordings from different open houses and that type of thing. To find this information, you can go to the College Corner, which is located on the Scripps Ranch High School Foundation website. And then also you can go to the virtual college fair to find recordings of all of these Wednesday college series. And this is the way it looks when you hop on there. So this is the Wednesday college series. We actually have a lot more of them by now that are on here. And then there are also 2-minute videos that have been submitted by college admissions counselors that do connect with students at Scripps Ranch High that are also available for you to take a look at on that virtual college fair. All right, so without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to Kat Everard, who's going to share with us all about Boise State University.
Hello, everyone. Let me put my little timer on here. My name is Kat Everard, and I am a senior regional admissions counselor here at Boise State University, located in beautiful Boise, Idaho. Boise State is Idaho's largest public research institution in the state of Idaho, with about 26,000 students and 17,000 undergraduates. Despite being a large state school, we do have an average classroom size of 31 students, average student to faculty ratio of 17:1. This year, Boise State did open up in person. Students are living in the resident halls and are enjoying a blend of in-person and online instruction. Academically, we have over 200 majors and minors to choose from. We're known for material science engineering, holding one of the biggest tech companies in our area called Micron Technology, who's one of the leaders in memory and information technology. Over 90% of our computer science graduates have jobs right before graduation. We have a regionally ranked education program, a very popular business program, and recently became one of the top 50 schools for innovation. Our signature program here is our gaming, interactive media, and mobile technology degree. One of our most unique programs that I like to highlight is our 3D program, where students actually get the chance to customize their degree and combine 3 different academic disciplines. We also added a $40 million honors college facility and resident hall to our campus. Our program actually bases our community off of the Harry Potter house model. So our students get to join one of 5 different houses. Maybe you want to join our traditional sorority and fraternity system, or maybe you'll be a part of our honors college classes. I also like to plug in that this brand new resident hall also features full-size beds and memory foam mattresses. So definitely all the amenities that you would love to have in a freshman dorm. And I also can't forget, we're also known for our famous blue Smurf turf football field that you can see right behind me. Fun fact of the day, Boise State actually owns a copyright or patent to any non-green playing field. So any college, even a high school, they want to paint their field that's a color not green, they have to get permission from Boise State Athletics. Now, why students from California, I think, are choosing Boise State has everything to do with our amazing capital city, outdoorsy location, and the people. Boise, Idaho has been named one of the fastest growing cities in America. In 2018, we were actually voted #1. We have about 600,000 people that live in the Boise metro area, but students still get that warm and welcoming small town college feel. Our California students like to call Boise Idaho for a reason. Also, there are no couch potatoes here. We've been named one of the most active cities in the West, so you get plenty of outdoor activity, gorgeous seasons, and all the outdoor rec opportunities imaginable. Two of my favorite traditions on campus, being a former
So
alumni myself,
literally like 10
definitely
minutes
our
ago,
first week
Mark
float,
from
where you get imagine hundreds of college kids floating the river right next to campus here. And then my other favorite tradition is our short stack shindig, which is hosted by our alumni. They feed our students blue and orange pancakes on the first day of school. Now, let's talk how to apply. So you will see that Boise State is a very affordable and admissible institution. Letters of recommendation and essays are actually not required if you have a 3.0 and above. If you plan to apply to the Honors College, you can upload an essay and a resume for us. For general admission, though, Boise State is actually test blind this year. So we'll only be looking at a student's total and weighted GPA. If you have a 3.0 and above, you're guaranteed admission and potentially a scholarship. We have two different scholarships at Boise State, our Treasure and our WUI. For context, our Treasure is about a 3.0 minimum and WUI is a 3.4. All majors are eligible with the exception of radiology. So I'd love to chat with you all. I'll put my contact info in the chat. In the meantime, remember, the grass is always bluer at Boise State. Go Broncos! And up next, we have FIDM.
Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. It's nice to see you out there, and I hope you're hanging in there doing well. I want to talk a little bit about FIDM, the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising. We're a very small but premier art college on the West Coast. We're in California, and FIDM is a college that educates students who wish to get into particular industries, specifically the clothing and apparel industry, or the entertainment and film industry. So FIDM has majors that attract students wanting to go into design, manufacturing, production, product development, graphic design, film, cinematography, screenwriting, animation. So we're unique. We are located in downtown Los Angeles, but a student can either accomplish their associate degree, their bachelor's, or their MBA at FIDM. We have been around for over 50 years here in California. And basically, our admissions process is a very unique style. We like to look at a student's, the entire picture of who a student is. So we ask a student to supply us 8 to 12 pieces of a portfolio of anything that they've done creatively. It could be from an art class, or it might just be something that they do in life. Maybe decorate a room, take a picture, maybe they love photography. So we like to see that. We actually have very personalized one-on-one admissions, just spending some time with admissions counselors just to make sure that we are the college that can help you reach your goal, your career goal. So we have students in many different parts of these industries. Like I said, whether that is creating and designing clothing, whether it's running manufacturing companies, whether it is working on film, costuming, events, and so forth. We basically would love to speak with you. I've put my information in the chat. Above me, you also see a URL that you can type into your search bar, and that will actually lead you to a very simple form that connects you to me as well as the admissions staff. So I will, again, put my information into chat. And if you have questions for me during the question and answer portion of this event, I will be very happy to answer. Thank you.
Hi, it's Rob Kraft from Penn State. I'm going to share my screen here real quick and start my timer. I'm an alum from Penn State twice over, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about Penn State. So the big picture is Penn State's one of the world's premier universities. We are ranked 54th out of 18,000 universities in the world. We have a top 10 career service office, and we also have a top 10 honors college program. We also have some of the nation's highest graduation rates and retention rates for students. We are typically 30 percentage points higher than the national average. We have a robust study abroad program, and this slide's a little out of date. We typically get about $1 billion in research funding every year, which for undergraduates, that means we really encourage you to help with that research. So if you volunteer, that would be greatly appreciated. Big picture, Penn State's an enormous school that's outgrown its original campus. We have 20 campuses, and they're located all across the state. Our largest campus is University Park with about 48,000 students. We have about 100,000 students in total in our university. We are not like the California state school system, though. It's all one university, all the same major, all the same colors. We're just geographically dispersed throughout the state. With a big university comes great opportunities. We have over 275 majors spread across 12 academic colleges. We're known for business, agriculture, engineering, science, communications, education, medicine and nursing, and earth and mineral sciences. Our students are hyper engaged. Almost all of our students participate in at least one club or activity. We have over 1,200 clubs and activities at Penn State. So if you are looking for a school experience where you stay in your dorm and just study, Penn State may not be a good fit for you. We are a hyperactive university, and we have one of the biggest school spirit schools in the country. Also, we have the largest alumni network in the world. So once you leave Penn State, you can't get rid of us. We are everywhere. I live here in San Diego, and there's about 3,000 Penn Staters in your town right here. Penn State also has an award-winning diversity and inclusion program, and just suffice it to say that everyone is welcome at Penn State. We regularly have students from all 50 states and over 130 countries. I won't go through this in too much detail, but just like the previous folks, we are test optional for admissions and for financial aid for 2021. We haven't made a decision yet for 2022. We accept 3 applications: the Coalition app, the Common app, and our own Penn State application. We don't have any minimums or requirements at Penn State for eligibility, but we do have a profile that we're trying to adhere to, and that's in the brochure that I provided your counselor. We have a timeline. I won't go through that. Here's a big one that folks want to know: what's it cost to attend Penn State? Those 20 campuses, 19 of those campuses are $10,000 to $12,000 a year cheaper. So if you're looking to save money, we have a program for you for that. But again, it's all the same degree, all the same diploma. You can go to any campus that you want. Room and board is the same at any campus. And again, largest alumni network in the world. 1 out of every 106 Americans that has a college degree went to Penn State. So that's my get off the stage slide. I know I'm under time, so I look forward to answering your questions. I put in 2 links in the chat, and those will help you do virtual visits to Penn State, where we have movies, interactive maps, and you can set up Zoom sessions like that. And we also have an attendance and interest link in there for folks who attended today. So thanks.
Hi, y'all. My name is Laurie, Callway. I'm the Assistant Director of Admission from the University of Colorado Boulder, who works with Southern California applicants. And I work with you whether or not you are a domestic or international student. The University of Colorado Boulder is the premier public research university within the state of Colorado. We're located in Boulder, Colorado, about 35 miles and minutes, which is a little bit strange for a Californian, away from Denver. Now, we are a premier public research university, but we educate like a small liberal arts college. We have 30,000 students. Our average class size in our largest program is 24, with an 18:1 student to teacher ratio. So for every other program other than that one, those staff are smaller. We offer degrees varying from the top 25 BFA filmmaking program all the way over to the #9 aerospace engineering program in the country. And what we do most is we give you the power and the ability to customize your education. So you can come here and you can take the one major and you can graduate like that, but that's not really what Boulder does. What we ask you to do is to actually take a look at all of our programs, majors, minors, certificates, concurrent degrees, and figure out how to customize your 4-year program, not just your major, which is the foundation of what you do, but to look at everything that we have to offer and to find your curiosities and weave that in. We are a program that is very customizable across most majors, and our professors really encourage you to explore your interests outside of the classroom. Now, beyond our classroom, we have 525 student clubs and organizations. We study abroad in over 400 sites a year. Our students are heavily engaged. Colorado is currently the #1 economy in the US, and the University of Colorado Boulder was founded before the state became a state in order to make that happen. So our hands are in a lot of the pies in and around the Boulder, Denver area. So no matter what you want to do, work in film, go hike up in the mountains, start your entrepreneurship career, we can help connect you with that. We are also a premier research and recruitment target for a lot of employers. 74% of our students get into their first choice postgraduate program, and 92% are successfully placed within 6 months. If you have any questions about how to apply, Common App, are we test optional? Definitely. Are we wooey? No. You can reach out to me because I am your application reviewer and I would love to assist you. Thank you so much again for your attention, and I'm just going to turn it back over to the regular session.
Ginger, you're muted.
Ginger, we can't hear you.
Thank you. Here I am just talking away. All right, so thank you. So if any students have questions, please go ahead and put those in the chat room. And then I'd like to go back through the same order that we did the presentations and have you guys just reiterate your application deadlines and then tell us maybe a little bit about internship opportunities that you have on your campuses.
So for Boise State, we have a rolling admissions process. So our app opened in August. It'll be open until May. As far as deadlines for non-resident students. So I know most of you want to be considered for scholarships. That deadline for scholarships is to get your application completed by December 15th. So I typically promote a December 15th deadline for anyone coming from California so that you can be considered for either Treasure or WUI. As far as internships go, we do have one of the largest internship programs in the Northwest. A lot of our students are doing internships within healthcare, business, and computer science. Those tend to be our top 3 areas. However, we still have opportunities for students in the arts as well. So we have a pretty large database for our students to kind of log in, look at all the various internships that are offered. And we have 2 huge internship fairs per year. One at the beginning, one at the end for students to come to campus, get an internship or part-time job, and then one leading into the summer for students. So yeah, that's a little bit about us.
Fantastic, thank you.
My turn, I'm up.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we are on rolling admissions as well. Basically, if a student has prepared all of the admissions package that we ask for and met with admissions anytime prior to the quarter starting, then they can enroll. So we have students starting in July, October, January, or April, depending on, again, kind of where they're at. We do have quite a few internships. FIDM is very connected to the industries that we educate for. And so we have over 1,200 vetted internships every year. A student does have to be going into their second year with at least a 3.0 in order to apply for these internships. We strongly encourage them because it does give a very good picture of how their skills can apply in the industries they want to go into, but also to help them, of course, see what part of that industry they enjoy the most. We do have portfolio days and career connections and alumni connections and things throughout the year so that students come in contact with those companies that they do want to work for. They're able to show their portfolio, start the connections. It's a networking system as well. So that's very important. You didn't ask about scholarships. I'll wait if you're going to ask that question, or I can say something about that
Why
now.
don't you go ahead and share that?
Okay. All right. So we do work with every student to make sure that that financial picture is very affordable. And so over 90% of our students are getting some sort of financial aid. We do have some great scholarship programs. Those of you students who are familiar with FIDM may be familiar with our FIDM Fashion Club scholarships. These are automatic for any student who runs a fashion club throughout their high school senior year. They are actually given an automatic $10,000 scholarship that is renewable for each of the 4 years they're at FIDM. So it's $40,000 for just running the club, or if a member is wanting to come to FIDM, is admitted to FIDM, they can actually have $20,000 just for having been in the club. So it's kind of an automatic sort of thing. But then we have a lot of competitions, competitive scholarships. And I did put into the chat a little very fun event that we are running right now. Is a contest to design your virtual space where you work and study. And we are kind of just giving away some fun cash prizes. So I did put that into chat. If anybody needs me to put it in again, I will. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kelly.
So at Penn State, we also do rolling admissions. We have a preferred application time. It's not a deadline, but we prefer students to apply by the 30th of November because that gives you your best chance to get accepted to Penn State. Starting in December, we start handing out offers and students start accepting those offers, so the window of opportunity starts to close. But again, we do rolling admissions. And then for internships, again, I'll reiterate that we do have one of the top 10 career service offices in the country, which helps you get co-ops and internships and employment afterwards. And that's not just for students, it's for alumni too. Wall Street Journal ranked us a couple of years ago as the #1 university to recruit workers from. We regularly run in the fall and the spring the largest career fair on the East Coast, or actually west or east of the Mississippi, where we have about 1,100 to 1,200 recruiters come. And then within each of our 12 academic colleges, they often have their own niche career fairs and internship fairs. One example would be our College of Communications actually does their job fair in New York City because most of the communications majors are in large media market, large media industry groups. So they go to where the jobs are instead of the recruiters coming out to Penn State. And I can hold off to talk about university-wide and niche scholarships for maybe another round.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so for the University of Colorado Boulder, we are not rolling. Our regular decision deadline is January 15th. Our early decision has passed. Our early action has passed. We are also received by deadline school. So that means that by the deadline, all materials, including the application, need to have been received by us by that date. Now, the reason why I'm stressing this is because most materials don't come automatically. Even if someone uploads them, someone actually has to be in the office to push download. So that means that you want to send materials in advance of the January 15th date so that we have enough time to receive them, process them, and attach them to your record by January 15th. If this doesn't happen, any applicant whose materials arrive afterwards will be considered late. We cannot guarantee that we'll be able to read a late application because after we read the on-time ones, we may not have room left to admit a late applicant. So it's a really big thing to make sure that you complete your application. Luckily, almost every single thing other than the letter of recommendation is something you can submit. We don't require test scores. We're actually actively telling you, when in doubt, submit without, all the way up to the executive director. So don't worry about that. If you have test scores and you want to get them in early, not wait the 2 or 3 weeks it takes from ordering to arriving, then you can just pull a screenshot of your score report and upload it in your application status page. Same for an unofficial transcript, same for your common application and your writing supplement. So the only thing you really, really need to make sure that you have asked somebody else about is that letter of recommendation to arrive beforehand. We do offer scholarships. Every single first-year student is considered for the merit scholarships that my office awards. They're either a total over 4 years of $25,000 or $55,000. We offer those to the top 25% of the out-of-state students who we admit. Now, most of the scholarships the university offers are not offered through my office. The university, my office is scholarships. You have to apply for those through the CU Boulder Scholarship application. There are about 600 or so every year on the scholarship app, everything from alumni groups to different departments to random funders who are donating money for that year. You can access the CU Boulder Scholarship application through your application status page. Again, that status page, and those scholarships start closing by February 15th, all close by March 13th. And then lastly, in terms of internships, I think at any time there are about 80% of our graduates do them. The reason why it's hard to quantify is because the University of Colorado Boulder was founded before the state became a state in order to lead to the growth of the state. So most of our majors now have been around for decades, if not over a century, and they've actually grown with the industry. So for example, communication, media, and information majors, they don't do a lot of tests in their first year. They actually produce work that is evaluated by people who work in advertising and work in media design in Boulder and in Denver. So a lot of internships and connections will come right out of the program. Some of our departments will have career services departments right within them. For example, business is top 6% undergrad across the country. So they actually have their own career services department on top of the universities. So about 80% of our students overall.
Fantastic. Thank you, Laurie. Rob, I think let's circle back to you. There has been a question in the chat room. Do students apply to specific campuses, different personalities at different campuses, most popular campus? And then also if you want to touch base on the scholarships as well.
Sure. So I just answered Ellie privately in the chat. That's why I was heads down, but I'll just cover it real quick. So Penn State, again, all the same university. We have a program called 2+2, which students to save money will go to a smaller campus for 2 years, the freshman and sophomore year, and then they'll do their last 2 years at University Park. Or if they plan it correctly, they could do their last 2 years at a smaller campus to save an additional $10,000 to $12,000 a year of money. Her other question was, are there different personalities to the campuses? Yes, and that goes to a big thing that we consider at Penn State, which is a good fit for you. We offer almost an infinite amount of opportunities at Penn State, but we may not be a good fit for you. So what we ask students to do is do a lot of introspection and look at what they're looking for in a campus. So our 20 different campuses are all different sizes, shapes, and colors. We have rural campuses, urban campuses, and suburban campuses. We have big campuses, like I said, University Park is 48,000, and we have small campuses, like 400 students, which is smaller than Scripps Ranch. So, and then each campus also has sometimes unique clubs and activities. The other thing is all of our Division I sports are at University Park, but we also have Division III sports at 5 of our smaller campuses. So no matter what skill level you are, you can play Division I or Division III or club sports or intramurals at Penn State. And then as far as scholarships, my usual pitch is Penn State scholarships are university-wide, one-stop shop, merit and need-based, all based on the FAFSA. But then I always advise students, no matter what school you're going to, there's often niche scholarships for your major or in your academic college. And that's the same at Penn State. In my college at Penn State, which was the College of Earth and Mineral Sciences, we regularly give out about $600,000 a year in scholarships just for our majors. And that's outside of the about $1 billion of financial aid our students receive at Penn State. So hopefully that answers everything. Yep.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, I think we've come to the end here. I don't see any other questions coming in. So without further ado, thank you so much to our presenters today. I really, really appreciate you being here. And we will not have a Wednesday College Fair next week. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And we'll be picking up right after the Thanksgiving weekend. All right. Thank you so much to everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.